Before we start today's program, I've got a visual. This is for those of you that watch us. Okay? Okay, this week, Tiffany loves it. This week, we're going to be talking about ear trouble. Those of you that didn't know, that was a Q-tip, mighty big one too. Good morning, Dr. Joel Saylor.
Good morning. Yes, and as a general rule, that object that you put back in the drawer needs to stay in the drawer.
I knew you were going to say that.
So, and that's not to say that cotton tip applicators do not have their place around the ear, because there are a lot of little nooks and crannies in the outer part. Since we're talking about that, let's talk about the ear anatomy to begin with.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's think about the average dog. He's got this flappy ear, right? Okay. Well, the flappy part is called the pinna. P-I-N-N-A. P-I-N-N-A. Anyway, and then as you go in, then you get the little crinkly areas. Okay, and that's the helicine area, and that's where the Q-tip can be helpful, because you can use it there.
But you're not going into the canal.
No, and then you have actually two components of the ear canal. You have the vertical ear canal. That's the shaft that goes straight down, and then it makes a right-hand turn right to the head. Okay, and that's the horizontal canal, and that is actually the area you really truly want to stay out of.
Sure.
Because then beyond that's the eardrum. I personally, like you, I don't want you to use anything bigger than a cotton ball down in the ear canal. Okay, and you can take your fingers and you can work in there, but the Q-tips can bump the wall, and you can over scrub an ear canal and cause problems. Now, so in general, a dog that's shaking his head, I just had like 2 today, and and they wanted me to check the ears, and I looked in the ears, and the ears were fine. And they said, well, but he's shaking his head. Okay, ears can be itchy. Okay, think how many times you put your finger in your ear and scratch, okay, and nothing's going on with your ear. Okay, they're lined with skin, they'll itch like everything else. When you're getting lots of itching, okay, there's an underlying cause. It's usually pollens, grasses, something like that, allergies of some sort. Sure. And what I want to emphasize, that chronic repetitive ear infections, okay, always point someplace else. Okay, and so I always consider ear infections or otitis externa as a symptom, not a disease. If you are treating ear infections over and over and over again, then you're missing something. Okay, because there's usually hypothyroidism or allergic skin disease. There is a subset of dogs that are food allergic. Also, don't go home and change your food just because I said that, okay? But there's a subset of food allergic dogs that the only symptom that they really show are ears. And so so those are things that you have to look at, because we get a lot of people say, well, I've been to 3 other veterinarians and they keep treating these ear infections and they can't ever get them healed up. Thing is, they're healing up, but then another one's coming right behind it because you haven't dealt with the main problem. Okay, and so it's real important when you're dealing with ear troubles, always be thinking of the big picture. Why does my dog have an ear trouble? Now, if you swam in a stagnant water pond and you got it, okay, that makes sense. Okay, but bath water, pool water really shouldn't cause ear infections unless there's an underlying cause, and that's a big thing. So anytime I'm dealing with ear infections, I'm always going to set the stage, and we're always going to talk about allergies. We're always going to talk about hypothyroidism and other causes being the reason why we're dealing with it now. So, and the other thing too, it's real important for when you see your veterinarian and they treat the ears, and you've had repetitive ear infections, go back and make that follow-up appointment, because it's helpful for us to see at that point, at the end of medicine, is all the illness gone? Right. Okay, because that's what helps us rule in. Helps us rule in or rule out infections. So.
Okay, got another visual for you, and this is not for pets, but this is for human beings. The only thing you should be putting in your own ear, is your own elbow. And if you can't do that, don't worry about it. And we'll be back right after this.